Okay, all right. Hello, Soulseers. Welcome to ABC Tarot Readings. Right. Um, may you be rid from of may you be rid of all types of bad energies. Right. Um, before we start today's reading, I I wanted to speak about a lot of things that has been happening with me recently. So recently, on my personal account, my private account. I created this video, like a parody video of J Park, right? If you don't know who J Park is, he's a Korean celebrity who was recently slammed um, for um, being in a controversy of related to some um, related to a breast cancer awareness event. All right. So I kind of made a parody video about it in my personal account. Like it's a personal private account, nobody can see it. It has zero followers in it, right? I make that, and am I audible? Wait a second. I make that parody video, and like 3 minutes after making that video, right, I start seeing J Park's edits, kind of like um, an edit of J Park that is totally different from the opinion that I have of him. All right. As in the sense like trying to change my opinion of him. Okay. And I'm an adult. So for me, definitely felt like this felt very much like I was being hunted down. It felt as if my opinions of him were not right, or it's like trying to change the opinion. I just felt like the internet or the algorithm just shooting me JPEG videos again and again that are not in alignment with the opinions that I have of him. I don't know what it was. There were also some rage bait videos where it just made me feel like I had to like tell my opinion or scribble down my opinion in the comment section. And I just felt like anything that I wrote in the comment section will be studied to influence my behavior or to change the way I think. Okay. As an adult, it felt uh, like I was being studied, which felt really predatory. And then I don't know how it would feel if you are a teenager, if you are a child, or if you are somebody who is susceptible to new opinions, right? I just feel like it's not. I just feel like it's not us who are changing the opinions. I just feel like it's not us who are like influencing the behavior that in which we are behaving. It's the structure that we are a part of. And when I say structure, I mean the mathematical equation, that simple mathematical equation or that simple mathematical function that became very complex and turned into um, what we call artificial intelligence today, right? Um, I personally felt like I was being surveillanced. I personally felt like my personal behavior was being influenced by this thing, and it was not even in an influence way where I was having autonomy over my beliefs, but it was like this thing was like sending me or pushing me videos that were not of the same kind of, that were just not aligning with the opinions that I had of J-pop. Because usually what happens is that when the internet tries to influence you, it keeps showing you the same kind of content again and again, right? It keeps showing you the kind of content that you agree with. And honestly, I was not getting the kind of content that I was agreeing with. I was getting a totally different content just to change my opinion of J Park as a person or whoever he was, which I was not even interested in. Um, and it made me feel so uncomfortable. It made me feel so weird, like I was being surveillance 24/7. And it's not a feeling that I'm alien to, but it's just, I don't know. It's just the fact that somebody out there who's sitting in an IT cell, somebody who's sitting in an IT cell covered with windows, or I don't know, with a monitor in front of their screen, or even not them, maybe just an AI, just an artificial intelligence, just the idea of this robot trying to change my opinion on a certain subject or on a certain thing kind of just um, took me out. The predatory nature of it just took me off, all right. It just took me off the rails, and I was like, hey, what is this? I do not want to like engage with this energy, right? I was so flabbergasted by that, actually speaking. Like when I first saw that video, I was just I was flabbergasted with the entirety of it. Personally, I felt targeted. I felt like I was being seen um, by something that I just couldn't control, or my behavior was being influenced by something that I just did not have an autonomy over, or a, like, it's like my brain, like my freaking feed and algorithm was influencing me to like think a completely different opinion. And I'm not saying that I'm against that. It's just the fact that I like to search those things on my own on the internet, not the fact that the internet just figures it out for me to show that to me. And sometimes you're not in a time or in a space to like change an opinion about a certain person or a certain individual, and sometimes you are in that space, right? And the fact that this thing just decided to decide that on its own for me, it took me out. It just took my I don't know what to say. I felt um hijacked, not hijacked, but sort of like hunted down, to say. It's weird. It felt very weird. It felt like, I was okay with being like government surveilling us is fine, but it's like, yeah, there's a limit. There's a limit to how much somebody wants. Like, it's like the fact it's just giving in. I won't say grooming. The word isn't grooming, but it's very much around the lines of influencing, but in a very subconscious way. And now imagine that happening to teenagers. It's just so weird. Anyways, um, you know, don't fall down. Don't fall down. I'll be doing a reading today, collective reading, and yeah, I think you can see a lot of stuff in the background. Never mind that. See, I don't know why. It's a very kind of like, how do I say this? I'm getting kind of an energy where someone would be dismissed too easily. Um, if they were to say it in a different manner. Like someone is saying something in a different way so that they don't get dismissed. Okay. For example, how do I say this? It's like, how some people decide to like show their face all of a sudden in front of the channel, because they just don't want to be dismissed anymore. And I'm like, yeah, so that's the kind of energy that I'm getting. Actually, that's not the kind of energy that I wanted to be in today. I wanted to like show the cards down there because that's how I walk, right? Man, do not see. I will make sure to edit this place with a bunch of pictures so that you cannot see the background because it's just so murky, my lord. Uh, um, yeah. So I think something like that is going on in here. Like somebody doesn't wants to be dismissed. They are like, I don't know. Um, they're peeking in, or they're sort of like giving you a sneak peek of something. So that it's almost like so that their life doesn't get disrupted and you get entertained at the same time. Um, I don't know why it gives me the energy of um I don't know, a little bit of a marketing strategy that many people do, right? Um, yeah. So I felt drawn to this one. Also, I'm wearing so much pink stuff today. Um, so yeah, let's see. All right. So here we are. Let's see, guys, what comes up. I'm getting what comes off or what comes. So there is something like there is a dismissal and there is a lot of dismissal to this energy. I'm getting a lot of dismissal in this energy. Let's pray to our ancestors first of all. The universe, spirit guides, spirit beings, the earth, universe, nature, our deities, our ancestors. Thank you so much. The universe, nature, sun. Thank you so much for everything that you have given to us. Thank you so much for being there for us. Thank you so much for protecting us from all sorts of negativity. Om Gam Ganpati Namaha, Om Gam Ganpati Namaha, Om Gam Ganpati Om Shivaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, it's a very weird thing, but I've been hearing like you know, how I'm hearing like someone hitting the bricks, like tuck 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 tuck, or it's almost like somebody like I'm just feeling like somebody upstairs is jumping, or the door, like somebody's like knocking the door or something like that. Like I'm hearing voices like that right now. Yeah, almost like somebody's like constantly annoying someone, and someone is like dismissal of that annoyance, dismissal of that annoying energy. Yeah. What what's something you would do differently than most people? That's coming out in reverse. Yeah, actually, you know what? I was getting that energy, like it's like something around the lines of the entire world wanting you to, like, it's like the whole world is telling you to do something in a particular way, in a particular order, in a particular kind of, almost like, um, sentence That's such a weird way of saying things. That is such a weird way of saying things, but it's like the world is like sentencing you to be normal, or or it is kind of like telling you to stop being so. I don't know. I just feel like somebody's taking it to their ego, maybe, that the world is telling them to stop being so eccentric. Like somebody's like, but I don't know, it's not even about eccentric, man. I just feel like there's something wrong in this energy. What song best describes the mood of the day that is coming in reverse? So almost like, yeah, somebody is not in the proper rhythm. That's what I'm getting. Like somebody is not in the right rhythm, or somebody is not, like it's like somebody is trying to put someone in a particular type of rhythm. Like somebody is trying to put someone in a particular type of routine that is not, I won't say viable to them, but it is not something that suits them, or it is not something that they want to do, but somebody is forcing them to do that. Okay, I'm getting, if you could be a fictional character, who would you be? And this is like somebody's doing that because like it's like somebody's trying to make someone look like something else or become something else. I'm also feeling like, what is a life lesson that you what life lesson did you learn the hard way? I don't know. Something just gives me that it just gives me that they are being made. I'm getting they're being made to problematic. Like they are being made problematic, or there is something around the lines of somebody is being deliberately turned into a problem. Um, because this person did not learn the lessons in the hard way or something like that. It's like I feel like you guys could have a wisdom, or you guys, I don't know, I don't want to be like one of those tarot readers who are like, glazing people and everything else. But um yeah, I think it's like you guys are trying something new in life, right? And I'm getting an energy where somebody is just trying to scare you off to not do that thing, or they're trying to scare you off because um like they want you to be scared of doing that new thing. They don't want you to venture into a new path, so they are keeping you scared. And it's like, I don't know, there is something along the lines of they just feel like you haven't learned the lesson the hard way that they have learned the lesson. Like they just feel like you know too much, or you have too much wisdom, or it almost feels like you don't have a wisdom. I don't know. I'm still hearing a lot of like, dumb, dumb. I'm hearing that here again and again. So it just gives me an energy where, how do I say this? I just feel yeah, I just feel like someone doesn't, I don't know why. I just feel very, because like the moment I kind of like recalled this energy, I just felt like very attacked. So almost like someone is being, like it's like they want to take you down to a right path, or they know how to take you down the right path or something like that. But it is like they're doing that through fear. They're trying to guide you with fear. They're not trying to guide you in a proper guidance type of way. Okay. And something along the lines of like it is very irritating to your soul, or it is very irritating to who you are as a person. Yeah. Also the fact like, yeah, it's like somebody's like sticking it up to your nose or something like that. Like they want you to, I don't know, there is like something that they want you to be scared of, and they are trying to like stick it up your nose, or stick it up, um, I don't know, stick it up your mind, so that, I don't know, like if there is any, see, listen, every energy is different, not everything is gonna resonate with you. Some things might resonate, some things might not resonate, right? But right now, what I'm particularly seeing in this energy as of now is that someone just it's like if you are going through this energy, right? Like if you're feeling like there are people who are sticking up fear in your mind because they feel like um because they don't want you because it's like they know that you're trying to do something new, but they are trying to make you fear this new path. I don't know. It's almost like it doesn't look like an. I don't know how to say this. It's like a fear where like they're trying to make you scared of things because they had to learn it the hard way, and you learned it way too soon, softly. Like you did not have to go through that much hardships in your life to learn the lessons that they learned. So they want to make you worry about things that are gonna be a potential um, future worry, right? For example, you have started a side business, right? You've started a side business along with your college or along with your studies, along with your main business, right? And this person who has done the same thing as you, it's like I just feel like you have already learned the lesson before, and you know that you need to organize yourself. Otherwise, it would be really hard for you to manage both the things. And something around the lines just tells me that this person, they want you to be, they want you to remain worried, or they want you to be anxious about the uncertainty of your future because you're doing both the things simultaneously. Because that uncertainty is something that they went through, or that uncertainty was something that they went through, or there is something around the lines of they were not as organized as you were, and they kind of like despise you for that organization or something like that, which is a very weird thing to do, right? But old people, some of them can be like weird Godzillas. I'm not even lying on that one. But yeah, that is what is coming through to me right now. It's a very, very weird energy. I'm also like getting like this very weird smell. I don't know what to say. It's not a smell, but it's like, yeah, it's like an old people, I don't know, minty smell or old people perfume smell. I don't know what it is. I'm getting something like that. Okay, take what you will from that. Um, okay, so I'm choosing the lights here, tarot. I'm getting somebody saying like this is andhbhakti, or somebody saying that this is superstitious beliefs and all that stuff. Like somebody's just, I don't know how to say this. Like nothing is superstitious belief unless and until you decide to um, depend on the information eyes closed, right? Like there are people who will close their eyes and believe in everything. That is what I call superstitious. That is what I call the starting of any superstitious belief, right? And I just feel like I don't know how to say this, but it's like it's almost like how do I say this? It's just the fact that someone just doesn't like how do I say this? For example, I'm doing tarot readings right now. Okay, this will be considered as superstitious beliefs by people, but it's like it's up to you, right? You are the one who needs to take it in a way where it doesn't makes you depend on it totally, right? Everything is out there for you to interpret it in whatever way you want to interpret it, right? So it interpret it, interpret. Hey, is it interpret or interpret? It's interpret, right? Yeah. Okay, interpret it or interpret it. Wait a second, I'm so confused. Okay, it's not interpretate, it's interpret. And that's, yeah, that's what, Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? It's kind of like vague things are always like people will always say vague things. It's for you to like the interpretation is up to you. How you want to interpret it is interpret it. My God, I cannot believe I'm having such like I remember like I was having the same confusion in my previous reading and I was able to say interpret it easily. But all of a sudden, like I don't know why, I'm just having problems. Yeah, almost like yeah, I'm like skewing the language and the higher point and reverse came out, right? So it's almost like yeah, not like it's almost like just because things are not being said in the traditional way does not mean that they have lost their meaning or does not mean that you are going to sit right there and take it as a junk like you it doesn't mean that you are not like doesn't mean that you are going to take it as um, an information that is unworthy of being heard. That's it. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, exactly. Just because it doesn't make sense to you doesn't mean that it's unworthy of being heard, right? Just because you were not the person who dabbled into this doesn't mean that whatever the person in front of you is saying is not worth the time or not worth being heard, right? Because I've seen people change their minds right after watching a tarot reading. So, believe it or not, some things just come in your life just to change your thought about it, like just to change your mindset about it. Not trying to convert you in any manner, but it's like mostly um, they just come into your life just so that you can shift your perspective to see things in a new way, and then never watch it ever again. That's how it is, right? That's how the cycle is with so many different things in life. I don't know why. That's exactly the kind of stuff that I'm getting right here, right? Like it's almost like um, the person who understands it, right? Um, you don't always need to go through a hard path in your life, or you don't always need to take um, the hard way round or the traditional route to do the same things as other people, okay? Or to get the same kind of result as somebody who has taken the traditional route. You can take the unconventional path and you can still make it out there, right? So there's something along the lines of it's just like just wanting like it's kind of like irritating to somebody out here. I don't know what it is. I'm just getting a irritational um, energy or like just somebody being very irritated by the fact that someone out there is just happy with the things that they are doing and they don't have that kind of worry that it's I don't know how do I say this. I don't feel like you do not have that worry about doing things. I don't think you're not actually like I do think that you maybe because with this card I definitely saw something like I don't know. I think I saw a card which talked about somebody who had fears about making it work, but they were actually scared of taking risk, right? And I feel like you have, like, I feel like whoever, like, whatever this is, it's like somebody is irritated at a person who actually has that valid fear and wants to take that risk, but they're irritated with the fact that this person is not visibly worried enough or they don't look as worried as they need to be looking. And I find it so weird because it's like you don't even know how can you even judge whether a person is scared or not? How can you judge if a person is worried about their life or not? And why do you want them to be worried about them? Like, do you care about them? And if you care about them, I do get that point, right? But if you do not care about them, why do you want them to be worried about their future? It's like it's just like you are being nosy, right? You cannot disguise yourself in that caretaker category of being like, well, I'm actually worried about this person and I want this person to do good in life. That's the reason why I'm kind of irritated with them not taking the right path or not taking the traditional route. Yeah, then communicate that with the person, right? Stop making them worry about stuff when they are already worrying about it, when they are already scared of it, right? Four of Wands upright, Five of Pentacles upright. I wanted to say Five of Pentacles in reverse. King of Wands upright. Alright. Um, damn. What are these cards for? I just don't know. I just feel like the more I look at it, the more I feel like, yeah, like you see, there is like a Four of Cups in the back of the deck. This is like it's like saying that somebody is contemplating on their life or they're contemplating on um, the decisions that they took, right? But with the Four of Wands in here, the Five of Pentacles in here, and the King of Wands in here, it's like somebody is, yeah, they're celebrating. They're also having a fear in them, but they're not giving up. They are not gonna be, I don't know. It's like they're fearless about spreading their ideas. They're fearless about starting whatever they want to start. They're bold about doing the things that they want to do. And it takes a lot of courage to be there, all right? So, yeah, why try to like, it's almost like I just feel like there is like an energy where somebody knows that they will be losing a lot or they will not be considered as a part of the traditional route takers or they will not be considered as they won't get the accolades as soon as other people, right? But it's almost like, how do I say this? It's like that's not the biggest worry out there. Like, yeah, that is something to worry about, but there is a difference between healthily worrying about something and obsessively worrying about something. Okay, and being in a state of contemplation is good, but and being in a state of Five of Pentacles where you feel like you do not belong is also fine because it means you're trying to accept the feelings, right? That you're accepting the fact or you're accepting the situation of your own life. But I don't know why I did get like I don't know why I was like getting with the Four of Wands in here. I was like getting exactly like somebody like I just feel like you need to like I don't know. There's something like there are people who do not. It's not even people, bro. It's like I don't know. This could be you. I don't know what this is, but I'm getting like some like an energy where somebody's like they don't need to celebrate too much, or they don't have to celebrate too much, or they don't have to be in a celebratory like they don't need to celebrate life as much. You know, there is a thing in me. I've seen this repeat in my life every single time, right? The more I celebrate with people, the more I'm in harmony with them, the better I do in my traditional route, the better I do in the traditional parts of my life. The more I'm paranoid, the more I isolate myself, the less I do, the less I achieve in my life. Like this is something I've learned about myself. And I'm just telling you, like if you ever feel like you do not need or you do not belong in a celebration, or if you ever feel like you don't need to celebrate too much because there are too many worries in front of you or in your life, I just feel like you need to like get out of that mindset. You need to get out of that worry state or that worry mindset. Because I understand that, you know, there are times when we are very worried about what is our future going to look like? What is our life going to look like? Why does our life look like this right now? Will there be any hope for us in the future? And the thing is, it's valid to have a concern like that because of course we all are living life. We all have to like, you know, we all have to like, I don't know, not measure it out, but we all have to like figure out a way out for ourselves, right? Everybody is on this system, and everybody wants a place in this universe. So, I mean, having concerns about it is okay, but being obsessed with worrying about what is going to happen in the future is not going, like, it will never allow you to celebrate enough in life. Okay, this gives me a lot of like elder daughter energy, where she had to take all the roles and responsibilities of the family. She did everything on her own, and she never got a time to celebrate for herself. And now what has happened is that she doesn't want to celebrate herself. She wants to live in that constant worry mode. It reminds me of Alex from Modern Family. If you know that, she's a character in the sitcom of Modern Family, and she's very much that nerdy character, right? Her sister doesn't wants to work. Her brother kind of like doesn't works enough or doesn't pays attention to studies, and now all the responsibility has come on her, and she doesn't get a time to breathe for herself, right? She doesn't has a time to sit down for herself to um, take care of herself, and it's like she's constantly denying herself the celebration. She's constantly denying herself the happiness of achieving something in life, and because she wants to absorb herself in the constant state of worry, because keeping because I just feel like the idea of worrying about future somehow soothes her mind, somehow makes her feel like at least she's worrying about the future, at least she's doing something productive, at least she's doing something good, when in reality stressing out is never enough. Like, it is never enough. Like, you can never stress out. Like, how do I say this? In this capitalist economy, no matter how much you stress out, it's not gonna be worth. Yeah, it's not worth the. It's not worth your mental health. It's not worth the price. You have so much more to stress about when it comes to the system. So why give into that? Why play into that system? Why play into that negativity, or how do I say this? Over worrying, over over bothering, or over concerning yourself with things in an unhealthy pattern. Exactly, like very weird energy like that coming through. Three of Cups in reverse. Could this be due to an influence? I'm feeling family influence. When I touch this card, so I don't know. This could be significant. Family significance. Family influence could be significant, right? But yeah. I don't know what it just like. This card feels really magical to me sometimes, because it's like I don't know, like there are stars in the background, and I think it's a Ursa Minor or something like that. And whenever I look at Ursa Minor, it reminds me of Ursa Major. So if you know the Greek mythology of the bear and her children, right? Ursa Major and Ursa Minor being a mother and child kind of relationship. Uh, this in reverse just gives me like this mothering type of feeling. Like, it's like I'm getting ruminating essence of it. Um, so almost like, I don't know what it is, but it's almost like there is an energy where somebody is ruminating the essence of, I don't know, about the kind of warrior you used to be, about the kind of fighter you used to be, about the kind of over worrier or an overthinker you used to be in life. I do not know what it is, but there's something about the lines of, the more you worry about the future, the more you're rewarded as being the fighter, as being the warrior, as being the elder daughter, or as being the only responsible person of this family. Because if you do not worry about the future, who else will, right? Again, that elder daughter syndrome. Like, unless and until you worry about the future, nobody's going to reward you for nobody's going to reward you for being the responsible one. Nobody else is going to be the one to take care of the family. Everybody else would die off. Like, everybody else would like end up in loose rails. Like, how do I say this? Right? Like the train will just end up crashing to some other place. I don't know. It's like I'm getting vestigious of a responsibility. So almost like somebody was basically, I don't know, I'm getting an energy where people are, how do I say this? It's like somebody was rewarded for being an over worrier, somebody was rewarded for being an overthinker, someone was rewarded for being a depressed individual who's always depressed about their family's future and everything else. And I'm not saying reward in the sense of like they were kind of they were given attention only when they try to worry about the family. They were given um, love, or people listened to their words only when they said something that concerned the family's upbringing, or it concerned the family's growth. It was never about them. It was never about how much they wanted or willed from life, but it was more about what the family wanted. What was the responsibility that I need to take for the family next? If I keep on worrying about the family, the more I worry about the family, the more my family is going to pay attention to me, or at least they are going to think that I have some significance, that my words have a significance, that I have a meaning. Otherwise, my family is just going to call me a silly person, or my family is just going to call me somebody who is spoiled, or somebody who is innocent, somebody who is naive, somebody who doesn't takes care of the family, somebody who isn't practical enough, somebody who isn't smart enough, somebody who isn't mature enough, right? Um, Tower up, right? Man, I feel real loving when I'm seeing this card. Like I just feel like this tower card is coming from a very loving place in your life. Um, when we say tower card, we talk about old foundations shattering, old systems falling apart, um, the old ways of living life walking away, right? Like it's ending right here itself. There are, I don't know why it reminds me of. Do you know that uh, anime? Not an anime. I think it's a man. I don't know if it's a manhua or manhua, but it's called Heaven's Official Blessing. It's a very very beautiful, and also I think color red could be significant. Someone would really like the color red. I don't know because I'm seeing a lot of like I immediately remembered Hua Cheng from Heaven's Official Blessings, and he's a very beautiful character, right? Um, Handsome character. I think yeah, it was in the Bilibili comics. I think it was Bilibili comics, and it's a manhua, right? So manhua. So it's a manhua. It's a Chinese comic book. Yeah, it's a Chinese comic book called The Heaven's Official Blessing. And I don't know. The more I see it, the more I remember Hua Cheng. The the more I see it, the more I remember Hua Cheng, that character, right? So he's a very like he's a, I consider that character very much a very magical character that just enters into the main character Zilian's life. The main character's name is Zilian. So he just enters into Zilian's life and shudders it, right? He wrecks it open, and all of a sudden, the officials in the heavens need to respect Zilian because Zilian is the only person who has. I don't know. I think also like Zilian was also somebody who defeated. I think it was Quirong or the Green Ghost. I don't know, because of Hua Cheng, like Zilian got his respect back again. Like all of a sudden, the life that he used to live just saw a sudden transformation. The old systems on which, because of which he was being looked down upon, finally dismantled, and they saw the light. They saw the real person who was hiding behind it all. The Six of Wands in here. Six of Wands talks about the famed, the acclaimed individual. Um, I don't know if I'm getting species right now. So I don't know, the maybe this is something around the lines of survival of the fittest kind of thing. So maybe you just kind of, I don't know, I'm getting elder daughter energy in here. So there's something around the lines of maybe you won the race, maybe like I don't know, like you survived, you kind of like you kind of came out. Um, what is the word? You came out a winner, right? You came out as a winner. You came out as a person who was, um, I won't say the right one, but I would say, um, I don't know, like the word is the one who got all the acclamation, the one who got all the fame, the one who got all the laurels, right? And something around the lines of, I just feel like you're still um, managing, like you're still managing this family. I don't know, the distorted perception that I won't say your family, but I feel like it's more of a distorted perception of your family. Like you're still, like, I'm not saying coping, but I feel like it's like with the Two of Pentacles in here, it's like you're still trying to keep up, I don't know, with the expectations of your family or of these people, who have made you feel insignificant for being happy about the things that you're happy about or celebrating about the things that you celebrate about. I don't know why I got snarky in-law energy, right? Like sometimes some in-laws, they'll never celebrate the celebration of, uh, and they will never celebrate their daughter-in-law because she's from another family, and they'll always find a way to look down on her or kind of like make her feel like she's nothing more than a man's wife, right? I don't think it's mostly in-laws, but sometimes it can be outside people, right? So there's something along the lines of I don't know, you're learning how to manage between these people and their fears of watching you take the lead. I don't know, there's also something along the lines of they want you to take the lead, but they don't want you to take the lead. But it's like they want you to take the lead, but they don't want to follow you. They want you to take the lead so that they can follow the same patriarchal system that they had been following for years, or to follow the same, follow the blueprint of that system that they used to follow, right? How do I say this? It's kind of like trying Knight of Wands in reverse. Um, it's kind of like trying to dim your energy. Yeah, almost like play it off as nothing. Like just to, like it's almost like trying to play off someone's achievement as if it was nothing. Or how do I say this? It's like when you are in a patriarchal home sometimes, and you kind of, and I'm giving an example, it doesn't happen every time in real life, or let's sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't happen. But how do I say this? And this is a reading for 18 plus people, so just so you know, all right? But yeah, you know how it happens in patriarchal households. Um, all of a sudden, when the girl becomes the winner in the family, all of a sudden there are claps, people cheer on for her, but there is also a part where they are like, but you used to be, but yeah, in the end of, like, it's like, yeah, you do earn for every one of us, but you are a girl, so you need to know how to talk to us, or you shouldn't be so tired or exhausted after you come back from work back to home, because you are not supposed to be tired and exhausted. You're supposed to directly go to the kitchen and start preparing for food right away, like something like that. So it's almost like they are just so ingrained with the idea of a woman working in the kitchen all the time that they just do not understand the exhaustion that comes from working outside home. So they kind of like play off the idea of you working outside the home because it's kind of like something that they have never, because they are still following the blueprints of the patriarchal society, right? And it's almost like the Knight of Wands in reverse. I'm getting, I'm getting a curly girl in my head right now. I'm also getting like somebody with, I don't know, I got a chubby and a curly woman in my mind right now. The eight of, I don't know what it is. I'm also like seeing something like, for example, if you're a fat person, right? You came back from work and you're exhausted, but you're still considered as lazy because you're not slim enough or you're not fit enough. You don't look fit enough to be a hardworking human being, right? And it gets played off like your achievements get. I don't know what it is, but it's almost like your your need to celebrate life or your need to relax, your need to take some time for yourself is often downplayed or is not. I'm also getting preyed upon. So almost like people take advantage of the fact that you are not having enough. Like it's not advantage of the fact, but it's almost like they know that you're already exhausted, but they would rather, but because they know that you're still gonna work despite the fact that you're so exhausted, they would rather take advantage of you and take the services that you are giving to them, right? We've seen so much of that this happen with our moms in our houses, and we see so much of this happening with the people around us, right? And I don't know, there's something around the lines of be graceful, give grace to people for their conditions, right? For whatever they are going through. If this is not you, learn to have that grace for the people around you, right? Like the people around you cannot always, like, yeah, they should have, they deserve that time for treating themselves with a spa day or treating themselves with some relaxation or treating themselves with some time out with their friends because it's hard out there, okay? And nobody can work 24/7 all the time. Yeah, man. I think that is it for the reading today. Again, I'm getting kind of like what is, yeah, what is it that, yeah, like everybody has different ways of recharging themselves, and you should give people the grace to recharge themselves in the way that they want to, right? They have the right to do that. So, yeah, that's it for the reading today, guys. Take care of yourself. Have a great day. Bye bye. I'm getting Nashville potato chips in my mind right now. Somebody could be relaxing with Nashville potato chips. That is such a weird thing to say. I'm also getting Nashville chicken. So, don't know, whatever you're on, mind your health, take care of yourself. Um, have a good day. Bye bye, Soulseers.